Hi lovelies, you're welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'll be showing you how to make this beautiful outfit we have right here on the mannequin. This is a bubu kaftan with a built-up overlapping collar. This is a combination of adire and ashoke fabric. This is really simple, very beautiful, and a perfect Sunday outfit. You can make this outfit in less than 30 minutes. You can cut and sew this outfit in less than 30 minutes. This is what the sleeve looks like. And you see, it's more like a flared sleeve. It's actually cut together with sleeve, and the sleeve is flared. Can you see how the down part drops? And we have the ashoke on the wrong side of the sleeve. That's it's more like a turn inwards on the wrong side of the sleeve. This is really beautiful and stylish. So make sure to keep watching till the end. And please, if you have not subscribed to my channel, please click on the subscribe button to subscribe. Turn on the notification bell so you always get a notification every time I upload a new video. Thank you, and let's get started. So I have my fabric folded on the table. I folded my fabric into four. We're drafting the front and back at the same time. So I'm going to use this paper to show us how to fold our fabric. So this Adire fabric I'm working with came in length 48 inches. So length 48 inches is not going to be enough to give me the length of the gown I'm making. So I'm using the length area now to achieve the width of the gown. So since the length is 48 inches, when you fold it into two, that will give me 24 inches. So I have a width of 24 inches. Then next, I'll go ahead and fold now into four. Can you see how I just folded? So right now, I use this way to achieve the length of the gown. And the length of the gown is 59 inches plus 2 inches for hemming allowance. So that is 61 inches. So that's just a very simple way to fold your fabric. Okay, so this side is the width and then the other side is the length. So I use the actual length of the fabric to achieve the width, and then I use the horizontal side to achieve the length of the gown. I hope that is clear. So I have length 61 on the table, and then on fold, that's in width, I have 24 inches. So having done that, now this side I'm touching is my center front and center back. Okay, and then this other side is going to serve as the side front and side back. So the first thing I'm going to do is to draw the shoulder line, which is the starting line. So from the shoulder line now, on the shoulder line, I'm going to mark a neck width of 3 inches. So I'll make a mark there, 3 inches. And then I'll come to this end, which is the side. I'll come down by 1.5 inches for the shoulder slant. And then I'll connect it to that neck width of 3 inches using my straight ruler. So I haven't done that. Next thing I'm going to do now is to mark the bust line. So from shoulder to bust line, I'll mark it there. And the shoulder to bust line I'm working with is 12 inches. So next I'm going to mark the hip line. So placing my tape from the shoulder, I'll mark the hip line. And then next I'm going to mark the full length of the gown. So I'm going to mark the full length of the gown, which is 59 inches plus hemming allowance, which is 61 inches. So I'll go ahead and straighten out all the lines. Okay, so now you'll notice I didn't mark the waist measurement. This gown is a very free gown, so you don't have any business with the waist measurement because it's going to be very, very free. Okay, so now I'm going to be working with the biggest measurement. So the biggest measurement which I'm working with is the hip measurement. I'll divide the hip measurement by 4 and mark it across all the lines. So the hip measurement divided by 4 plus extra 2.5 inches. Okay, so plus extra 2.5 inches. This 2.5 inches is our allowance. I'll be stitching on 1 inch and I'll leave the remaining 1.5 inches as the allowance, as the ease allowance. Okay, so I'm marking the hip measurement divided by 4 plus 2.5 inches as the allowance. So that's what I marked all the way down. So you can see I'm going ahead to use my straight ruler to connect the points. Okay, so as you can see, I've connected the points with a straight line. So the next thing I'm going to do now is to mark the sleeve opening. So from the bust line here, I'm coming down by 3 inches, and then I'm just going to use my ruler to connect it to the measurement I have on the bust line. Can you see? I came down by 3 inches and I connected this. So you may decide to make this come down more, which is what I'm doing right now. So you remember that the sleeve is more like a flat sleeve. You want it to drop well. So right now I came down with about 5 inches just so that it drops more. So you can work with 3 inches or 5 inches or even lower depending on how much you want the sleeve to drop. Okay, so I went ahead to curve out the sharp point there. That's where I connected from the bust line there. So you don't want to just leave it sharp, just curve it out, okay? So the next thing I'm going to do now is to mark the neck depth for the back. For the back neck depth, I'm using a neck depth of 1 inch. And then for the front, I'll be working with a neck depth of 6.5 inches. So I'll also go ahead and connect using my straight ruler. Okay, so now that this is done, the next thing I'm going to do now from the center front here, because we're going to have our showcase running from the center front all the way over the neckline to create the built-up collar effect. So I'll come in from the center front. I'm going to mark 3/4 of an inch all the way down. So you can see I'll mark 3/4 of an inch all the way down to the hem of the gown. So after marking my straight line all the way down to the hem of the gown, I'll go ahead and blend it into the V-neck line. Just blend it this way. Can you see how it just blends into the V-neck line? And then here on the shoulder line, I'm going to go up by 1/2 inch. This 1/2 inch is for joining the shoulders of the front and back together. So this is just my seam allowance here. So I'll go ahead now and cut it out. We are done drafting this outfit. So you can see that this is quite simple, or this was quite simple. Okay, so now we'll go ahead and cut the back neckline. So we're going to cut everything the back first. Then we'll separate the front from the back. Then we'll go ahead and cut the front. Okay, so this is me going ahead to cut the sleeve opening, and then I'll just make a turn here. That part I talked about curving out. You don't want to leave that part sharp. Okay, so just make a slight curve there and then cut it all the way down. So after cutting out the side, at the end of our sleeve here, at the flared part, just take out 1/2 of an inch, just so that it gives the sleeve that nice balance, so that it's not pointy, okay? So that's it. So now we're going to separate the back from the front so that we can now cut the front neckline. So as you can see, I've separated them. So now we'll go ahead and cut out the V neckline and cut all the way down to the end of that 3/4 inch that we have cut, that we have marked, okay? But before we go ahead and cut it out, I'm just going to measure this first. You can either take this measurement after you have cut it out, or you take the measurement before cutting it out. So I measured all the way from the neckline down to the hem, and I got 63 inches. So we need to know the length of the ashoke that we're going to have in front. So I got 63 inches. I remember our front is folded into two. So we have 63 inches in two places on both the left and the right. So I'll go ahead and take out this 3/4 inch all the way down. And then we'll also measure the back neckline. So after measuring the back neckline, I have 4.5 inches for the back neckline, and that's on fold, right? The front we have 63 inches. So 63 plus 4.5, that's 67 inches, and that's in two places. So when it is in two places, that's going to be 67.5 times 2. Please take note of that. So that will be about 135 inches. So the ashoke we're going to be using has to be up to that 135 inches. So for me, my ashoke is 70 inches each of them. So that's 140 inches. So this is going to be enough. I'm not going to cut out anything. So by the time we're done, I'll trim out the excess, because the excess is about 5 inches. Okay. So now remember that from the center front, we cut out 3/4 of an inch. I'm going to add extra 1 inch to that. We cut out 3/4 of an inch. So plus 1 inch, that's going to be 1 3/4, but I'm just going to round this up to 2 inches. Okay, so whatever it is you cut out from the center front, you have to add up to 1 inch when you are cutting your ashoke. So here I'm using 2 inches, so I made it 1 1/4 inch extra. So I'll go ahead and cut out the ashoke. I'll cut out the two pieces, which is 2 inches on fold. So here I have two pieces of the ashoke, and I've joined them together to give me one long strip of that 140 inches. So next I'll go ahead and notch the center back line. Take note that I have already joined the shoulders of the front and back together, okay? So I'll go ahead and notch the center back line. That part is where the joining of the ashoke has to sit, so that the ashoke sits where you want to make sure that it's well aligned. So I've notched the center back. Now I'll go ahead and pin the ashoke to the neckline. I'll start from the center back neckline, then pin it all the way down to the hem of the front, okay? So you want to make sure to pin this well, okay? Just make sure that it's well aligned. And please, for the records, when you are working with ashoke, it is advisable that immediately you work with you cut your ashoke, just quickly stitch it back or stitch it to whatever you are going to stitch it to, and then weave quickly. Ashoke is a fraying fabric so that you don't end up losing your ashoke. That's because if it begins to fray, you will your ashoke will reduce, which is a problem. So you don't want to have that problem, except you use a hot scissors to cut it. That you put your scissors in fire, then you cut it, so that will stop it from fraying. But for me, I didn't do that. I don't want to spoil my scissors with fire. Okay, so after pinning the ashoke around the neckline, this is the one I'm going to be joining to the hem of the sleeve, and I'm going to place it right side of the ashoke, facing right side of the sleeve, and then stitch it to the hem. Okay, so after stitching the ashoke to the center front, can you see I went ahead to weave it. This has been woven and I gave it a very nice press. And you see? So now this is the idea. Just place the ashoke from the hem of the gown. Just overlap them. Just place the 2 inches ashoke over the 2 inches ashoke. Once you place it over it, it creates this Y shape at that's at the neckline area. That's just the very simple thing. Okay, can you see how I just overlapped them? So once you overlap them, just place them on top of each other. It just creates this V shape. Now, is this a V shape or a Y shape? But I know we understand what I'm talking about. It's more like a Y shape. It just creates that nice Y shape at the neckline area. So you can see I pinned that point. So now the next thing to do is to measure the length from the shoulder to that point and be sure that is enough for the head to pass through. And in this case, I have 9 inches, which is perfect. So I'm going to leave it that way. Okay. So just make if you overlap it and you notice that it's too small, you can just open it up, just widen it up. You don't have to do anything. All you need to do is to just shift it back a little, okay, on both sides, and then it gives you a bigger opening. So now you can see I have pinned the ashoke over each other and we're going to top stitch it. So now this is our sleeve. Remember we have stitched ashoke 2 to the hem of the sleeve. So we're going to use this to create that turn inwards effect, okay? So you don't want to leave this ashoke like this because it is straight. You want it to follow the shape of the sleeve. So just fold the ashoke and then fold it backwards so that the sleeve is on top of it. Then you trim out to have exactly the same shape. Can you see? So look closely, you will understand what I'm doing. So I'm going to repeat the same thing for this second sleeve. Just fold the ashoke backwards to align with the sleeve, and then you cut out the excess, so that way it gives you exactly the same shape you have on the sleeve. So that's it. So right now I'll take this to my sewing machine. After top stitching the ashoke at the center front, I'm going to stitch the sides close. So you can see, just make sure that the ashoke, you are not folding it inwards because it's not yet time to fold it inwards. So this is what we have after top stitching the center front ashoke. So I'm just turning it to the reverse side so that we can see what it looks like. So here it is. After substitution shoke, I went ahead to shape the outfit and I fixed a pocket to both sides. I fixed pockets to both sides. So if you don't know how to sew a pocket to your gown, I will drop the link to the video in the description box. I have done a detailed video on how to sew pockets to our gown, okay, and it is already on my channel, so I will drop the link to the video, so do well to watch. Okay, so this outfit I have hemmed it and I left a slit opening of 16 inches. So this is basically it. Very simple. My seam allowance, that's the sewing allowance, is what I used as the slit opening. So while stitching, I stopped 16 inches before the hem. That's just it. And then that one, I folded it inwards and then top stitched it. So these are shoki on the sleeve, and you see, so I've ironed it inwards as well. I made sure to leave that's about 1/4 inch showing on the right side so that you see the black, that's that black effect of the ashoke on the right side. So I'll take this to my sewing machine and then stitch the ashoke from the wrong side, just stitch it down so that it's showing. The idea of having this ashoke on the inside is so that it gives you, when the hand drops, you'll be seeing that black effect inside. I hope we understand. So right now we are done with this beautiful kaftan. So iron this very well, wear it on the mannequin so that we can see the final outcome. So if you have learned something from this video, please make sure to like this video, share this video with your friends and family. Please leave nice comments, ask your questions. If there's anywhere you do not understand, ask your questions, I will respond back to you. And also, please do not forget to click on the subscribe button to subscribe, turn on your notification bell so you get a notification every time I upload a new video. Thank you. Thank you. So this is the final outcome of our bubu kaftan with an overlapping built-up collar. Can you see how it turned out? It came out very beautiful. So you can see that you can make this outfit in less than 30 minutes. Okay, so long as you know how to cut it and sew it, in less than 30 minutes you can make this beautiful outfit, and it's giving that luxury vibe. I hope you enjoyed this video and you're going to try this. You're going to give this a trial. If you will give this a trial, please let me know in the comment section. Thank you so much for watching. See you in my next video. Bye.